Ravens clinch AFC North with win over Browns. Did Lamar Jackson do enough to clinch MVP? The Baltimore Ravens clinched the AFC North title with a 35-10 win over the Cleveland Browns on Saturday. But the game was a mixed bag for MVP candidate Lamar Jackson. While the Ravens did enough to secure the victory, Jackson's performance left fans wondering if he did enough to solidify his MVP case. Jackson became the first player in NFL history to accumulate 4.000 passing yards and 800 rushing yards in a season. He also became the first quarterback with 40-plus passing touchdowns and fewer than 5 interceptions in a season. An impressive feat. However, in the game against the Browns, he completed only half of his passes, thrown for 217 yards with 2 touchdowns. While not a bad performance, it didn't leave a lasting impression to sway voters who may have been leaning toward Buffalo Bills QB Josh Allen for MVP. Despite his solid numbers, Jackson had a chance to make a big statement, but it seemed like the Ravens were just good enough to beat the undermanned Browns, who were playing with backups Bailey Zappe and Dorian Thompson-Robinson at quarterback. With the win, the Ravens secured the number 3 seed in the AFC playoffs and will face the number 6 seed, which will be either the Steelers or Los Angeles Chargers. Jackson's performance on Saturday likely closed the book on the MVP race. With Allen only expected to play briefly, Jackson's main competition has already made their case. But even without the MVP, the Ravens' focus will likely shift toward a deep playoff run, and winning the AFC North was an important step in that direction. The Browns, struggling with injuries, did their best but couldn't muster enough to make the game competitive. A pick-six by rookie cornerback Nate Wiggins gave the Ravens an early lead, and they never looked back, leading 14-0 at halftime. The Ravens' offense continued to move the ball, with tight end Mark Andrews catching a touchdown pass and running back Derrick Henry getting into the action with 2 touchdowns in the second half. Injuries, however, were a concern for the Ravens. Pro Bowl receiver Zay Flowers left the game early in the first quarter after injuring his knee. But the Ravens still had enough firepower to cruise to victory. Henry finished the game with 138 yards, and Andrews caught his 11th touchdown of the season. The Ravens' defense, while not facing a competent quarterback, continued its late-season resurgence by stifling Cleveland's offense. While it wasn't a perfect performance, the Ravens did what they needed to do to clinch the division. With Jackson and a strong supporting cast, including Henry and Andrews, the Ravens are a team to watch as they head into the playoffs. Whether Jackson wins MVP or not, Baltimore's Super Bowl aspirations are alive and well. But with the playoffs ahead, the Ravens will need to bring their A game if they want to make a deep run.